What's up, Godzilla fans? Samson West here, and I'm back doing Godzilla figure reviews. I've had this coming for a while. Somebody asked me to do this figure, and I'm finally filling that request. So here you go. For Godzilla Guy 95, I'm doing the Showa Bandai Ghidorah. He's awesome for what he is. I love this figure. Back when I was a young teenager, which I'm 20 now, this was the figure I had to have because my favorite movie back then was Destroy All Monsters. And to me, this is the best representation of the Destroy All Monsters Ghidorah, which in some ways he still is. Anyway, yeah, great figure. So here we go, let's get started. History on this guy. You have got to know this. If you don't, you need to go run full speed into a brick wall until your head is completely gone. But if you do know it, congratulations. But for those of you brick wall head butting guys, I'll go ahead and tell you what there needs to be told about this. 1964 came two different Godzilla movies, Mothra vs. Godzilla and Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, hence this guy. But yeah, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster came out in 1964. He fought against Godzilla, Mothra Larva, and Rodan. And, of course, Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan triumphed above Ghidorah because they're awesome like that. They're Monster Island buddies, and they can do that. His sequel, in 1965, we had Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. For any of you that want the ultra nerdy title, it is Invasion of the Astro Monsters. But I like to call it Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. So, in that movie, some aliens got a hold of him, and they control him, and, you know, they trick the Earth people into thinking that their planet is being absolutely demolished by this guy, when in fact they're controlling him, and they ask for Godzilla and Rodan, and the people of Earth say, "Oh yeah, of course, you can take them, we don't care." And we send off Godzilla and Rodan to Planet X, and, you know, Godzilla and Rodan fight Ghidorah. A little show is going on for the aliens, sending out Ghidorah to destroy their planet. So, Godzilla and Rodan are left behind, and, you know, the aliens gain control over both of them, and they send all three of the monsters to Earth to wreak havoc. We make some awesome toys. We, like, deflect their energy shield, whatever, and we gain control over Godzilla and Rodan again, and Ghidorah is just left going WTF. And so Godzilla and Rodan fight Ghidorah, kick his ass, all three of them fall in the water, never to be seen again. Okay, so 1968 we have Destroy All Monsters, my favorite, and that actually takes place in 1999. It takes place in the future, which is why Ghidorah can be killed at the end of the movie and still be in Godzilla vs. Gigan. Which brings me to my last movie that he appeared in. He appeared in Godzilla vs. Gigan, 1972. Godzilla and Anguirus fight against Ghidorah and Gigan, the new monster, the giant chicken with claws and a buzzsaw in his chest. And until 1991, we don't see Ghidorah ever... No, that's not true. Excuse me. In 1973, the one-year TV show Zone Fighter, he actually appears in that show in all of his glory. They used the 1972 suit of the Ghidorah from Godzilla vs. Gigan, and he fights Zone Fighter, the, you know, Ultraman ripoff. So Zone Fighter fights Ghidorah. He's not an altered suit. He's not a different monster. He has the same exact, you know, roar or sound effect, and he uses his same powers, like his lightning bolts that shoot out of his mouth. And yeah, you know, Zone Fighter beats the crap out of him. The end. That is the last time that he is ever shown in the Showa series. Well, in the Showa, like, time period. Godzilla vs. Gigan is the last time that he's in the Godzilla series. Okay, so now let's get on to the figure itself. Detail. I like the way this thing looks. You know, it's not like YMSF detailed or the new X Plus stuff that's being released now detailed, but this is 1984 toy detailed, which is awesome by my standards. I love the scales that go along the body. They're rigid, you can scratch them, The figure is hard vinyl. You know, you squeeze it, and it is not very squishy. You have the plates that go under the neck. That's very well done. You have the hair around the heads. I love that. That is awesome. The hair around the heads. You have the spikes that run up the neck of each of the, well, up each of the necks. The wings are very well done. I love the wings. They're huge. They're perfect proportions and stuff like that. And the paint job on it is pretty damn cool. You know, not much has to be done for a Ghidorah toy. It's Ghidorah. He's a giant golden dragon. That's all he was. So this thing is giant, golden, spray painted. Except for the little black highlights on the necks, each of the wings, the kneecaps, the back of the necks, and like there's highlights along each of the tips of the wings. The inside of the mouth, you know, the only thing that they did was they used silver and they colored the teeth. They made the tongues red. And for the eyes, silver eyes, black pupils, whoop-ish. That is about it for this thing. I love the detail on him because of what, just for how old he is. It's awesome. Okay, articulation on this guy. Each of the necks can move a little bit, but because of the spikes that run up the neck, it will bump into the other neck and not turn. So it'll move about that much and stop. You can turn it like that, and he'll be like making out with his other heads. Ooh, yeah, just like that. That's disgusting because that's... Anyway, so if I can get this head turned back, let's get that head... Come on, damn it! Alright, there we go. Yeah. So, the heads can turn 360 if it weren't for the spikes and for the other necks. But that'd be pointless. It'd be a one-headed Ghidorah, which would look weird. So, three necks, each of them move. The wings, both of those turn all the way around. The feet each turn all the way around. And the tail, guess what? Turns, almost, no, I'm just kidding. It turns all the way around. So that's 8 points. You have the 3 necks, 2 wings, 2 legs, the one, well, 2 tails, but in this case, it's the one spot on the tail that turns. So those 8 points, whoop-ish. Now, let's get on to sizing. You want to see what this guy looks like sized up with his, the other monsters that he appeared in the movies with. So, what I have here is the original X Plus Godzilla 1964. And this is the one that was in the blister pack, with the card, giant card, and then like the plastic cover. And I think this sizes up perfect, because this is the 8-inch scale Showa Ghidorah figure. And if you put him with a 6-inch scale Godzilla, he's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit oversized. Godzilla did come to about halfway up his necks. And that works just perfectly. Now, for the other monster that appeared in that movie, I have the Mothra Larva. And yeah, this is my Marmot Para Baby's Mothra Larva, and I have the twin somewhere else, but Ghidorah didn't fight 2 Mothra Larva, so I'm just showing this one. Unfortunately, I don't have a Showa Rodan because they haven't released a nice figure of that yet. YMSF plans to, but that's not going to happen for a little while. It may happen this year, and I will be ecstatic when that happens. But for right now, non-existent, so I only have these 3 to go together. But anyway, this all sizes up pretty damn perfect for what it is. Now, let's get these guys out of here, and I'll show you the other monster that he fought. He fought the 1965 Godzilla. And I'll say sizing here works pretty well also. Like I said, he doesn't size up great with 6-inch Godzilla figures because he's a little oversized. He's not like tremendous oversized, but he's just a little bit too big. But this works. He comes up to about halfway up the necks, like I said, so that works just fine. So this is the Bandai 65 Memorial Box Godzilla. Works great, guarantee it. Okay, for this final set, this is going to take a little while to pull out. Let's scoot him back, and let's get out all the monsters that he fought from 1968. Destroy All Monsters. Ooh, one of my original favorites. Still get shivers. So here we go. Godzilla. Anguirus. Gorosaurus. Varan. Mothra. Manda. Kumonga. And finally, Baragon. Oh no, we can't see Mothra. Let's get her over here. Come on, there you go. There we go. There's Mothra. No, you can't. There we go. Okay, so those are all the monsters I have for my Destroy All Monsters set. Unfortunately, I do not have Rodan or the YMSF Mania. Please, God, I need a YMSF Mania. But I don't have him right now, so I'll just have to work with these guys for right now. I'll just work with these 9 that I have instead of the 11 that it's supposed to be. And this all sizes up perfect. For you guys that are so anal that Baragon and Gorosaurus are a little bit too oversized, like I said before, go like bash your head into a brick wall. Because this is awesome in my opinion. I don't need anything to be perfectly sized. This is great. So, that's that. These guys work awesome. Yeah! Now, let's get them all out of the way because that's all I have. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, I do not have the original 6-inch Gigan, so I can't show you what that would look like sized up, but I'm sure it works perfect. But instead, here's the 68 Godzilla and the 68 Anguirus. You know, they use the same suits from that movie for Godzilla vs. Gigan. And I say, this sizes up perfect for that. So, that's pretty dumb. Or pretty damn good. Sorry, I had another brain fart. That happens to me a lot. Alright. Now, for my final figure that I'm going to show compared with this guy. This is my holy grail of figures. It took me so long to get this guy. My grandfather got this for me, and I love him dearly. I really miss him. He was my Godzilla inspiration. He got me all of my figures, pretty much. He bought them for me. He was great. I love you, Granddaddy. So, here he is. The Fragile Wing Ghidorah. This guy is tremendous. And I do have the wings, don't worry. I just don't have them in the figure because you put them in the figure, they snap off. But that's what he looks like with the wings. Pretty damn cool, right? This thing is huge. He's at least 14 inches, I don't know. Either way, this is cool. So, there's this guy. He's another great Ghidorah to go like in the Showa series. So, there's that, but we're talking about this one. All that being said, this is a awesome Ghidorah figure. I highly recommend you get this guy. I'm probably going to get another one sometime soon because, you know, this is an older one that I've had for a while. He's a little scuffed up, and I just need a new one. But for right now, this is my awesome Ghidorah figure that I have, next to that other big-ass one that I showed you a second ago. So give this guy a rating. I'd say 9 out of 10. That only being said because the necks look straight up instead of like looking down. That would be a lot cooler. So, okay, that's the end of my review. Thanks, you guys.